study it. We'll discuss it after they've studied it. Once I understand all the consequences, we'll present it to the membership, and we'll make a decision from there.
Commissioner David Close from CNN.
Yes, sir.
Can you talk about the new stadium fund and the decisions it took to get San Francisco a new stadium, and could this be a precursor to a new stadium in San Diego?
Well, the answer to your last question is I hope so. One of the great benefits of the 10-year collective bargaining agreement was to have the 10 years of stability, to be able to project down that path so we can make smart decisions and get stadiums built. And the players, as partners, are contributing and helping us get those stadiums built. It's one of the aspects of the collective bargaining agreement that I think will lead to growth. That both sides, the owners and the players, share the vision of how we can continue to grow the game and make the game better for our fans. And that's what's happened here. And the G4 was approved. The G4, for those who may not be familiar with it, is a fund that's created by the 32 NFL owners that contributes league money, 32-team money, into a local project. We approved that yesterday in San Francisco, up to $200 million for that project. The project seems to be moving along, and we're excited about getting a new stadium built in California. I certainly hope that it will lead to more stadiums in California.
Roger, Vito Scolino, Florida Times Union. Now that you have 10 years of labor peace and TV contracts, are you content to stay with 16 games scheduled for 10 years, or are you going to go back to pushing the 18 games? And if so, why? Since the players are so against it, and the polls show the fans are, they don't like for exhibition games, but they like 18 regular season games even less.
Well, I don't know if I agree with you on that one, Vito. I talked to a lot of fans about it too, but let me start with the fact that, as you know, in the collective bargaining agreement, we agreed that we would make that decision with the players. We respect their position on it. We listened during the collective bargaining process, and we made a decision that we would do that collectively. The first step was to make changes in the health and safety of the players and how we train our players in the off-season, how we train them during the regular season, and even into the season. We were going to have to go through a full cycle of that. We're going to have to see what the impact of all of that is on the game, the quality of the game. After we've done that, we'll sit down with the players and we'll decide, is this the right decision to make? We have to do that collectively. We have to do it with a partnership with our players, and we will do that. And we'll reach a good decision.
Hey, Roger, Jim Potter, Sports Illustrated.
Yes, Jim.
I wanted to clarify on the LA situation. In a perfect world that you've described, everything would stay where it is, and yet you would also be in LA. So I wonder from your standpoint, is expansion good for the league at that point? And based on the interview you did last night, it sounds like you could go 34 instead of 33.
Jim, the question last night very simply was directed at, would you just expand by one to Los Angeles? And I said, no. If we ever expanded, we would expand by two. You wouldn't expand by one team. As I stated here earlier, we have not discussed expansion with the membership. I don't see it on the agenda even for this March meeting. It's not something we're focused on, I believe.
Roger, Jeff Laidlaw from the Denver Post.
Yes.
Given State County's plans to play 4 home games in London, or future home games in London, and that the Stadium Authority in St. Louis has said it wants its home games in St. Louis, what is the future of those London games?
Well, we're going to play the London games. We hope it will be with the Rams and the New England Patriots next year. That's what we plan. I think it's great for the community of St. Louis to be able to get that global exposure. But there are issues that obviously we're going to have to get resolved. We know there are discussions going on. We hope that will get resolved shortly. And once that's resolved, we'll make decisions from there. But we will be playing in London next year.
Roger.
Yes.
Jim Thomas, St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Speaking of St. Louis, given the lease situation in St. Louis, the team could be free to relocate after the 2014 season. My question to you is the league committed to having a franchise in St. Louis long term?
Well, Jim, the answer is we want to keep our franchises where they are. we'd love to have the St. Louis Rams stay in St. Louis. There are lease issues that are going through the process. As you know, were articulated very clearly in the lease. Both parties are engaging in that, and though having that dialogue will allow that process to play out. And at that point in time, we'll be more clear about what the issues are and what we need to do to resolve them.